Oh my God. Do I look pretty? I'm just getting ready to go to bed, and somebody messaged me and said, go and watch Sasha Fontaine on her live. Woo, she's letting rip about me this evening. Honestly, I've never heard so much shit in my life. Really not. But there is just one thing that I just want to set straight. For her and Laura, you're getting your facts wrong. They are saying that when I got run over, the man never got convicted, he never got arrested, rah, rah, rah. And they post the, I refer to the press release where there was a hung jury. Right, let me just explain. Right, and I won't get too technical. Look, this is how tired I am now. Right, I won't get too technical, right. So I got run over. He eventually handed him... He ran away from the police. He eventually handed himself into the police station with a solicitor. I've got eyes on this. He handed himself in. He was arrested for attempted murder on me. Cut a very long story short, he was remanded in custody. And eventually there was a trial for the assault on me. He was actually charged with... right, so I don't want to get too technical. GBH with intent, right, which is a more serious offence than just a straightforward GBH, because it's basically that you intended to cause harm. It wasn't an accident. There was intent there. Anyway, so that's what he was charged with. So we had, I think it was in 2004. The incident happened in 2003. So 2004, there was I'll just take my earplugs out. There was a trial, and it resulted in a hung jury. Now, a hung jury means that they couldn't decide whether he was or wasn't guilty of that offence. So, if essentially, the trial is scrapped. So, they then applied for a retrial, which means that there will be another trial to see whether the jury can decide again. Just exactly what it is, a retrial, another trial. So, a date was set. And I can't remember, like I said, I don't ever really think about this stuff. A date was set for a retrial. We went to court for the retrial to start. And before the trial even got started, like I say, without getting too technical, he agreed that he would plead guilty to a straightforward GBH, a grievous bodily harm on me. Drop the intent part, which makes it a more serious offence with a higher sentence. But to forego a full trial at the Crown Court, he would plead guilty to a GBH, which is what he did. The prosecution accepted his plea, he pleaded guilty, and he was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. This is 2004, it may have even been 2005. So, he, like I say, got 2.5 years. He'd served most of that, he would only serve half that sentence because of the tariffs, the way it works. So he would have served half of that. Now, he had served that anyway while he was on remand, waiting for the trials to go ahead. But he was never released from custody because he was wanted for some armed robberies in the Metropolitan Police area. I don't know what happened beyond that. I never followed the bloke. I, wasn't really that interested. But the kidnapping that they're talking about, that he was also convicted of, was actually in 2017. So you're talking for 13 years later. So 13 years after my conviction, for the conviction of assault on me, he was convicted of the kidnapping that he's now in prison for now, a very long time. He was a very active criminal from the London area. Now, I was just talking to Poola, actually, and I don't think about this thing. I don't think about him ever. But he didn't get up that day and think, oh, I'm going to run a copper over today. What happened that led to this situation was a string of events that he panicked. I happened to be there, in the wrong place, wrong time. I believe in fate. But I know it sounds really, really strange, because it's the most traumatic thing that's ever happened in my life, that turned my life upside down. I don't have any hard feelings with him. I don't have any hate there. I don't think about him. I have to really... at the moment it's in my head because we're talking about it, but essentially, I don't. I have to think really hard to remember his name. But I've never ever felt any badness. I hate her more than I hate him. Never felt any negative feelings there. Really haven't. So anyway, basically I'm just putting Luggy Jugs, whatever her name is, right, because even on tonight's live she's saying, no, he was never convicted, in her layman's terms, because she don't know the right words. He was never arrested for her assault, he was never convicted, it was all a kidnapping. Yeah, 13 years later. He'd obviously got released, gone out and got criminally active again, and was locked up again after. I'm not going to go digging out press releases and stuff, because I don't need to go there. But just get your facts right. And all these allegations about me coming to set fire to your house, for fuck's sake. I spent 20 years fighting crime. I've never had a fight in my life. I've never threatened anyone with violence in my life. I spent 20 years picking up the pieces of violence. I was on the CID. I used to come in on a Sunday morning after Saturday night discos, picking up people's lives off the pavement after fights. Do you really think? And I'm going to my police friends asking them to do illegal checks. You're deluded, love. Absolutely deluded. First, do you think I've got that much power? I've been out of the police force. I was in 20 years. I've been gone over 20 years. I got run over in 2003. I never went back to work. I was medically retired a year later. I never went back to work. So I've been gone longer than... if anyone now said, Kerry Tolliday was at the time, they wouldn't know who I was. I'd never ever asked my friends to do anything that was illegal that could get them in trouble. And to be quite honest, I couldn't give two fucks. Anyway, I hope that clears a few points up, because you've been on a little rant tonight, haven't you, love? I'm going to sleep all right, because I'm really tired. I'm all ready for sleep. You fucking idiots. Anyway, hope that puts it straight. Night, everybody. Oh, and I didn't cry on the live today. But nice little live this morning. Anyway, she's probably got a headache. She's caused herself a lot of pressure there. Anyway, I've got to go now because I'm very tired. Night, everyone. See you in the morning.